Your doggy? Yeah. Some diapers downstairs. Those are all out. Okay? Did you sleep good? Good.
Uh-oh.
What'd you say? Yellow. Yellow. What color is that chunk right there? That's red, huh? Say red. Red. Yeah. Red. Whoa, he fell off the table. Yeah, that was crazy. This kind of chuck do. I think this chuck puts a little person in there and goes whoop, so you can touch the power lines and the buildings. Here, you put him over there by your monster chucks. Yeah, maybe he does make a noise like that when it's going up. That's right. What other kinds of chucks do you have in there? You have monster chucks in there. Can you find a blue monster chuck? Come in, Cooper.
Yeah.
Press your button and talk. Yeah. Oh, really? Cooper, can you find me Lightning McQueen? Over and out. Yeah, find me Lightning McQueen. Where is he? Find Lightning and bring him to me. Over and out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to keep going? These are 11 lollipops and 12 carbs. Can you say 12? 12. 13 candies. Can you say 13? 14 buttons. 15 fishies. Are you excited? Yeah. I don't think I've talked to you yet in the vlog, so hi, welcome back to the vlog. If you're new here, welcome. We are going to do a little Target haul. I did not chat much this morning. I have just been loving our slow and simple mornings and just really trying to get into a routine and a consistent just flow in the mornings and afternoons and evenings. I feel like it's all just like this collective thing that we really need to get into because I thrive on routines, my son thrives on routines. He's gonna be a bit loud over there, so let's just toddler mom life. Let's do a quick Target haul, and then I want to chat about a couple of things. Number one is kind of struggling with homemaking and finding my way as a new mom. I know my son will be 2 here in literally a few days. I think it's the 11th, so he will be 2 in 5 days, which is just insane to me. I can't even believe it. But I feel like I'm just now starting to settle in, which is just crazy, but I hear it a lot that it takes moms about 2 years to settle in. Some moms get back into it a little bit earlier. It takes some moms even a little bit longer. So I do want to talk about the reality of struggling with, being a stay-at-home mom and homemaking and what that looks like realistically for some of us. I also want to talk about sourdough starter, and we're gonna make one together. So let's get this Target haul out of the way, and then we'll talk about homemaking and all things sourdough once again, because I did fail on my last one. So the first few things that I got are just for Cooper's goodie bags for his birthday. He really liked these balls. What, do you want them? I also got these whistles because you have to have something loud and obnoxious. That's just the fun of a birthday party. I also got this 2 candle for his cupcake. And then I also found these To the Moon plates. We're gonna put the cupcakes on these, and then we're just gonna do pizza on regular paper plates, but these will be cute for the cupcakes. And then we also found some of these space napkins, which I'll probably have a couple packs of white napkins too, but I thought these would be cute to like layer in between. Just keeping it really simple and trying to be mindful of not overspending and overbuying, because Christmas was just less than a month ago, and it kind of is just like a little sucky having his birthday so close to Christmas, because I really never know what to get him for his birthday. Yeah, let's see what else we have in here. He wants me to stop talking. We also got these little tags for the goodie bags because they didn't come with little tags. So I want to put those on there with the kiddos' names on them. And then the last couple of things are for me. So number one is a food scale. It also weighs liquids, which is what I need for my sourdough starter. I will talk and give a little bit of background on the sourdough starter and all of that, so stay tuned for that. But we needed a scale this time around. I'm just gonna try to do it the exact precise way so that we have a win and we can bake some bread together. Okay, we're starting to have toddler meltdowns. The last couple of things that I wanted to, show you guys are these little cute tanks. Moral of the story, I have a couple of projects that I'm working on with yoga stuff, and I don't have any like statement colored tank tops. So I wanted to get a couple different ones for these little projects that I'm doing. They were tagged and like marked as $3, which I was like, yes, because I'm trying to like budget this year and be really mindful on what I buy. And I have tank tops. I just needed something special, something quick for this stuff. And they rang up as $1.50. So if you see these at your Target, they're on sale right now. They're the Wild Fable brand. But yeah, pretty successful little Target haul there. We we only spent, I think, like $50, which is nice. Are you drinking my water? But yeah, I am going to get him a snack and we're gonna do a little bit of playtime, and then I'm gonna get him down for a nap and we'll talk about the struggles that I've had with homemaking, and we'll make a sourdough starter. Okay, so as promised, I wanted to give a little background on my sourdough starter journey because this was actually my New Year's goal for last year. One of them was to make my own bread and be making my own bread and have a healthy starter, and it just didn't happen, you guys. I wasn't feeding it at the right times. I wasn't putting it in the right place. Colorado is not a very humid state, and I think that just the elevation, it's a bit colder, and I was just not putting it in the right place, like I said, and I didn't have a scale, so I wasn't like getting it to the T with the grams. And I think that as sourdough starters can be labeled as easy, I feel like if the climate isn't just right, they can be a little bit hard to tend to. So we are starting this year fresh with a fresh sourdough starter. I'm really excited. It has been, I think, 5 days now as I am like editing this and getting ready to put it up, and it's doing amazing. Little spoiler alert, it's doing amazing. So we'll get back to this little sourdough starter. Again, I'm linking the free sourdough ebook. It tells you all about sourdough starters, how to bake bread, the flour to use, the measurements, all that. So definitely check that out down below if sourdough starters and baking bread has been something you've been interested in. Okay, back to the sourdough starter. Okay, I'm going to link the free sourdough starter ebook down below that I'm using, but the scale I feel like is going to be such a game changer, and I'm also going to let this starter live on the fridge. So beforehand, I was like just keeping it close to the oven, keeping it close to the vent over here, but it just continues to die. I think just with the elevation, I don't know, maybe that's just me like blaming everything on the elevation here, but I definitely think that it's low humidity and it just needs warmth. So we're gonna put her on the fridge up here and let her live, and I will update you every vlog on how she's doing, and I hope that we'll be baking bread in the next vlog because it only takes, I think, 7 days before you can bake some bread. So I will leave all the links to everything I'm using down below, and hopefully we will have a loaf of bread in the next video. Hello, I am back and I'm ready to do a little tea chat. So if you want to pause the video and make yourself a little cup of tea, I'm having some chamomile lavender tea with coconut milk. With some coconut milk. I've been loving putting coconut milk in my teas. It just makes it so creamy and it just makes it feel just a little bit more special. So go make yourself some tea, and we're going to talk all about my struggles with homemaking and stepping into motherhood. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, but we all know me, so I'm just going to try to jump right in, get the points that I want to hit, and send you guys on your way. I always get into talking. I just love talking to you guys so much, and I kind of kick myself. I'm like, don't talk so much in your vlogs. Like, people don't want to see that. But you know what? If you're here, I'm sure you want to hear what I have to say. What is kind of stemming me to talk about this is that I feel like as I'm getting closer to my son's 2nd birthday, like I said, it's in 5 days. I know I keep saying it, but it's surreal to me that he's gonna be 2. I have been thinking more and more about, you know, my transition into motherhood and my transition into being like a stay-at-home mom and a homemaker, and how it hasn't been that easy for me. And I feel like there's this stigma on women that it is easy and natural and that it comes easily and naturally to us women to be a mom and to step into stay-at-home mom life and to step into homemaking and cooking and cleaning and laundry and taking care of everybody's feelings. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's this stigma that it's supposed to be easy, and when it's not, we find ourselves, at least me, feeling like there's something wrong with us. And I've just come to the conclusion that there's absolutely nothing wrong with us moms that didn't have it so easy with the transition into motherhood and homemaking. Although I crave to be a stay-at-home mom, I love it so much, and I love being a homemaker. I love the idea of it. I love what I've done so far. It has been far from easy for me. And I do think that a lot of it has to stem from like circumstance and situations that have happened along the way since, like with pregnancy and postpartum and just like the first 2 years of life. Like sometimes, like I was saying before, it takes women 2+ years to get back to normal. So like their hormones to balance out, stress levels to find some sort of like normalcy in motherhood and homemaking. And I want to make it normal, and I want to talk about how normal it is for it to take a little bit longer. And if it didn't take you that long and you like jumped right into motherhood head first and everything has been seamless and smooth for you, I'm so grateful, because you deserve that. We all deserve that. But sometimes that's just not how the cookie crumbles. I was a nanny for 6 or 7 years before I had my son, and I was like, motherhood is going to be a breeze. I am going to love being a mom. I'm going to love being a stay-at-home mom. I'm going to love being a homemaker. It's something I've always dreamed of. And it was so easy. But you know what? When I was a nanny, I would be a mom and a homemaker for 8 hours a day, and then I'd go and I'd live my life. And that was only for 5 days a week, 4 to 5 days a week. And then I'd live my weekends kid-free on my own schedule. And so, yeah, it's like easy to say, like, mom life is easy. And I used to be that nanny, and I'm kind of pissed at myself now, because I'm like, you know what? It's a whole different ballgame when it's your own home and it's your own child and it's your own situation and it's your own body going through the things that happen after having a child. Like, I had my gallbladder removed at 7 weeks postpartum, and I've had gut issues ever since. If you've been here, you know. And I had postpartum anxiety, I had postpartum rage, I had postpartum depression, I had pregnancy depression, and I am still dealing with some of that 2 years later. And it is not that uncommon for women to deal with that. And I feel like people think like 6 weeks to 6 months after having a baby, boom, you're back to normal. And it's not the truth. And like, quite frankly, it's frustrating because, like I said, you get to feeling like there's something wrong with you when in reality, there's nothing wrong with you. That's just, it takes us longer sometimes. It takes us time to like slow down and settle into motherhood. And being a stay-at-home mom, it's a whole different life, you know? I used to work full-time, even though I was a nanny, even though I was wiping butts and wiping boogers and doing laundry and cooking and cleaning and taking care of these families. That was my job. That wasn't my life. And being a stay-at-home mom, like, it never ends. It never stops. Even when you're out doing things, even when you get a babysitter, even if you're a working mom, motherhood never stops. And your body takes time to settle in. And homemaking is completely different once you're a mom, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom, and it's different when you're a working mom too. It's just a different ballgame, and it doesn't come easily to some of us. And sometimes it may feel completely unnatural. That's how it felt for me. I was like, what is going on? Why can I not stay on top of things? Why do I feel like I'm not able to show up for my kid the way I was able to show up for these kids that I nannied? Like, I was rock star nanny, and now I'm like, just like mom brain, you know? Like, it's just, like I said, it's a different ballgame. So that's kind of where I'm at. I wanted to touch on it, and I wanted to let those moms who feel the same way I do know that, like, you're not alone, and there's nothing wrong with you, and you're an amazing mom, and you're figuring it out, and it takes time. And even if you're at that 2-year mark and you're like, I still feel zonked, like, I don't know what's going on, that's okay too, because it's going to work out. It's going to smooth itself out. I do have a few tips that I wanted to kind of share, because there's no crash course on motherhood and transitioning into motherhood and transitioning into homemaking while being a mom. Like, as much as I love it so much, it's been hard for me. It has. And so there's been 3 things that I wanted to share that I've been doing. that I feel like have been helping me, because I am coming up on that 2-year mark and I'm feeling a lot more confident in my ability to show up for my son while also showing up for the house and keeping things pretty much tidy. I'm the type of person that if I have a cluttered environment, my brain is cluttered, and when my brain is cluttered, I can't be the best mom I can be and the best wife I can be and the best friend and the best family member, and that's important to me, to be able to be of the best service I can to the people around me. So number 1 is having some sort of schedule or routine. I won't talk too much about mine because I'll probably this year sometime go into depth with each of my morning, afternoon, and night routines as a stay-at-home mom. But as for now, I just want to say, even if you're not a routine or schedule person, just try it out. If you're struggling with keeping things clean, staying on top of things, if things are piling up, you are not a bad mom or a bad wife or a bad homemaker. Like, it happens to the best of us, and it still happens to me with a schedule and a routine, but I do find that it's a lot better. And don't think that it has to be like a timed schedule. Set up a to-do list, like AM routine, breakfast, dishes, chore, like learning, play, nurturing my child, outside time or an outing, come home, do a little bit of work that you need to do, nap time, and like just have these things and points in your day so you have some sort of structure to follow. And I guarantee for most of us, it will help so much. It's definitely been a game changer for me. I feel like I'm able to stay on top of things and just handle like tasks and showing up for myself and my son a lot better. Number 2 is going to be pausing and carving out time for yourself. So like I said, I have an AM routine, a PM routine, and a nighttime routine just for myself. I also have one for my son and kind of one that goes throughout the day. It all goes together. Maybe I'll do a whole video talking about my schedule and how I kind of created it and made it realistic and simple for me, but it doesn't have to be this big, gigantic ordeal. Making sure that you're just pausing and breathing and breaking up your day so it's not like mushing itself together, I feel like has really helped my brain and my mental health. And also just carving out time for me has made me feel like I am more than just like this like cleaner, butt wiper, shoulder to cry on. As much as I love being all of those things, that's not who I am as a person. And being able to just like start my morning with a cup of tea and journaling and like setting my mind right for the day before I jump right into motherhood. And then during nap time, I like to read a little bit of my book, do a little bit of my yoga flow, work on my passions. And then in the evenings, I like to dry brush and do a full skincare routine and listen to some music. Like, just those little parts make such a difference as a stay-at-home mom, because you're giving yourself the nourishment that you need, because in reality, we're nourishing our home and our partners and our kids all day long. And we also need to give that to ourselves. We need to make sure we're filling up our cups. So making sure that you're creating space and time for pausing and time for yourself in every single day, if you can, multiple times a day. Again, it doesn't have to be these big extravagant chunks of time. Set aside a 5-minute pause in between tasks, in between like the morning, noon, and night, and setting aside, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes, even 10 minutes, 5 minutes in the afternoon and at night, so that you can have time to be you, because you're not just like mom and homemaker, you are you as well. And I feel like it's so much more enjoyable and peaceful and easeful and natural to be mom and homemaker and wife and sister and friend and daughter whenever you are you first. Number 3 is going to be slowing down and simplifying your life. There is no rhyme or reason or rule book on how to do this, but for me, it's looked like tidying and cleaning as I go, making sure that I'm running the dishwasher once a day, doing a load of laundry once a day, taking those little chunks of time for myself morning, noon, and night, and also simplifying and like getting rid of the urge to rush through everything and get as much done every single day as possible, and making sure that the entire house is clean. Like right now, my bed is not made. There is a lot of stuff in the hallway upstairs. There's a load of laundry in the dryer that needs to be done, and our office is a complete chaotic mess, and that needs to be taken care of by tomorrow. But you know what? I'm taking time for myself. I'm doing something I love, and I'm not stressing. And you know what? If that office is a disaster and I have to use my parents as babysitters when they come this next week, and do it then that's what I'm gonna do. We just need to resist the urge to rush through everything and have everything be perfect. I don't even know how else to say it. Again, there is no crash course or perfect way to be a mom and a stay-at-home mom and a homemaker, but I just want to remind you to be gentle on yourself and to not make unrealistic expectations of yourself based on what everyone else is saying is the right way or what you need to be doing. Make your own rules and find what feels good and works for you and your family. And again, just slow down, simplify things for yourself, give yourself some grace, give yourself like relaxing days when you need to, when your body's telling you need rest. It doesn't have to be this big whole facade that we have to be perfect and that everything has to come so easy and so naturally, because honestly, let's be real, toddlerhood is hard. Okay, like toddlerhood in itself and being a stay-at-home mom to a toddler is wild. It's insane. I hope that this was helpful and that some of you can relate to what I've been through and feel not so alone, because I've definitely been in a spot where I feel alone and I feel like I'm the only mom who's not doing things perfectly and can't keep her house clean and can't find time for herself, because in reality, every mom goes through this in some sort of way, extent. Not saying that everyone goes through it in the same way or as deep or as like lengthy as other people. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, you guys. I've said what I need to say. And I just want you to know that you're a good mom and you're loved and you're supported. And there is other moms who look at you and are just like, wow, she's doing such a great job. And I think that we don't see that because we're so close to our home and our life and our tasks and our children, and it can get really overwhelming. But let's take a breath together. That is all I have. I hope that you can find some sort of value out of this little chat if you are a mama and feeling alone or feeling like this didn't come naturally to you, or you're not supported, or you feel like everyone else around you is doing this so perfectly and you just can't figure it out. You're gonna figure it out. You're a great mama, and it just takes time. Beautiful things take time, and remember that, and set yourself up for success. That is all I have. I hope you had a wonderful week and that you had a wonderful weekend, or whenever you're watching this, I hope you're having a wonderful time and that you are loving on them babies and loving on yourself and taking time for yourself. I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.